You go, girl. What's going on, child? Gown. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. My name is Annette. I upload videos once or twice a week covering a wide variety of topics, and I would love it if you join the family. Also, be sure to check out my playlist because I have a lot of videos, and also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Annette A. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a very sad video for me to make, because no, I am not leaving YouTube. But by the title, you already know what this video is. As a human, you're going to lose things, right? I've lost so many things that most of the time they eventually turn up and some are just gone for good. And unfortunately, some of those items are luxury items and they hurt. Like, it hurts so bad. And whenever I lose an item, I never just instantly want to replace it. I let myself grieve for months, sometimes years, before buying something that's similar to that item again. So in the spirit of that, I was thinking about, I had recently just lost something that's so painful because I only got to use it once. Most of these items, I didn't even get to use them enough before they disappeared. And I was like, you know what? This is something no one talks about. So I will go ahead and start a tag and tag 5 of my favorite luxury YouTubers to share luxury items that they've lost. So Sophie Chohat, I'm tagging you. Sophie is amazing. She was one of the reasons why I actually started a YouTube channel, because I just connected with her on such an amazing level back in 2016, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. It provided a great inspiration for me. So guys, please go ahead and tag Sophie Chohat. Cassie Thorpe. Cassie is a phenomenal young lady. Like, I love, in the words of my father, I mean, yes, my husband loves it when that part comes on her videos. She's amazing, and she's just a wealth of information when it comes to fashion. Oh my God. Jerusha Couture. Jerusha is amazing. I feel like the luxury YouTube community is the house that Jerusha built. So, yeah, and this is a huge community that we are in. And then of course I will tag my girl Chikama Style. We actually went to high school together back in Nigeria, believe it or not. And she's a fashion blogger. You know, she does luxury videos, she does fashion for less, fashion finds. She's amazing, and I know she's definitely lost a couple of pieces too, girl. And then I will tag Peyton Charles, my darling Peyton. Peyton and I are the same age, and it's just nice to just see, you know, 40-year-old woman. I think Sophie and I are also about the same age too, so I like to watch content creators around my age and just seeing what they do. But Peyton's energy, I just love it. It's such a grown woman, and she is not a luxury YouTuber per se, but she does indulge in luxury, and she has a lot of pieces, like a lot of fabulous, amazing pieces. She just bought her first house. Like, you go, girl, by herself. So I'm tagging all 5 of you in this video to share with the community what fashion items, what luxury items you have loved and lost. I will go ahead and get started, and I'll start based on the earliest item that I lost, and this was in 2013. I was on a flight from London, and I bought fragrance, Gucci Guilty. It was probably about 60 pounds, and I was excited about it because back then I was in law school. 60 pounds converted to dollars, you know, it's something that meant a lot to me. I had just graduated from law school, so I was a struggling fresh lawyer, a baby lawyer as I was called back then, and I lost it. Now I have a feeling that was stolen because it was in my suitcase when I packed, and I got to New York and it wasn't. So how do we explain that? Houseway, yeah. That hurt because I loved that fragrance, and back then I could only afford luxury items on such a meager budget that any element of luxury that I could dibble dabble in meant the world to me, you know. So back then, fragrances, I think fragrances and sunglasses were like the only things I could afford. And sunglasses discount on Rue La La. By the way, check out Rue La La. Not sponsored, but I have a link. You can get $10 off your first purchase if you're not already signed up. Yeah, so that very first purchase really broke me. I was so sad about it, and needless to say, there will be more. Second item is a pair of lingerie that I got from La Perla in 2013. Guys, you know I'm Scorpio, so I love my little lingerie. And I was working as a law school recruiter, traveling from place to place, setting up for my then alma mater, doing admissions and helping people who had any questions about my law school, and just basically recruiting. And I accidentally left my little carry-on. I had just arrived in New York, I remember. It was October 2012. Hurricane Sandy had just hit and it had left. Biden and Paul Ryan just had a debate, so that was like, you know, fresh in everyone's mind. I remember reading about it, talking about it. And long story short, I had my handbag, I had another bag, and I had my carry-on bag. I was on the bus, and I got out of the bus, and I'm like, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And then 2 minutes later, I realized I left my carry-on the bus. So I had my purse and I had my other bag, but I left my carry-on the bus. I always packed light and had my materials shipped to me, so that way I could easily go from one location to the other. So we had like two pairs of pants, a shirt, a bra that I really loved from Victoria's Secret, and my La Perla underwear that I just bought at the La Perla store in LA. Yeah. And that like broke me, because I was like, oh my god, this lingerie, I've always wanted to buy La Perla. I have since bought some more La Perla pieces, but that was just my first time, and I lost it in that suitcase. And literally, I could see the bus on the horizon, but it had crossed through the freeway. It was so far. I called and called and called for days, for lost and found, blah, blah, blah. Never traced it, never recovered it. It was gone. It was gone, child. Gown. So yeah, that was a shocker. But yeah, so after then I didn't really lose anything for a long time. I think the next item I lost was back in 2016. I had this silk Burberry scarf, and it was like a bandana, so a little bit bigger than a bandana, so I tied it on my neck. I loved it. I got it from Gilt. It was perfect. I remember the day I lost it, I was wearing like an olive green shirt and like a black skirt, so I tied it on my neck. It was beautiful. We went to a bar after work. I was working at a big law firm in New York, and you know, lawyers like to drink, and we went to a bar and I was hanging out with folks, and it was time to go catch my train back to Jersey, so I left in a hurry, blah blah blah, and I got on the train and I realized I left my scarf at the bar. And it was one like a small hole-in-the-wall bar in downtown New York on Walnut Street. So I asked my friend who I went with, Jamie, I'm like, hey, did you see my scarf? And she said, no, I remember seeing you wearing it, but I didn't see it anymore. I called the bar 100 times, and everyone was like, nope, they didn't see it, they didn't see it. It was so easy for someone to just pick it up and take it with them, and that's precisely what I know someone did. And I loved that scarf because, one, it was Burberry, and two, although now I do have a mix of wool and cashmere Burberry equestrian plaid scarf, that was just special because it was silk, and I love my silks. So yeah, so that was in 2016, and that hurt. They all hurt. All these purchases hurt. And it took me a while to replace that scarf. I didn't replace it until I got the wool and cashmere mix Burberry scarf. It's more like a stole, it's not even a scarf, that I got. Like, I already had my daughter when I bought that scarf, so I'll say like in 2020 or 2021. Yeah, that really sucked, thinking of that scarf. I really love that scarf, and I hope to get it at some point in time. Prior to then, I had a small Coach scarf. Back then, it was a thing. Like, in law school, I had a Coach scarf, and I had like a little matching Coach umbrella. No idea what happened to those things. I guess I should add that to the list. I have a feeling the umbrella was probably in that suitcase. I have a feeling my Coach umbrella was in my little suitcase that got lost, that I left on the bus. Yeah, because it was around that era. I got the Coach scarf and the suitcase from the outlet mall in San Marcos, Texas. Memories. I hate losing these items, and I sound like a scatterbrain, but I'm not. I'm very organized, but life happens, and it gets worse. In 2021, I bought this Hermes scarf. Now, I bought this Hermes scarf in 2019. My husband and I went to Malta. We had a great time. This was before kids. I came back and started IVF for my daughter, got pregnant. But when we went to the airport, I found a scarf that I really liked. And I was like, I like this scarf. It's from Hermes. It's brown and white and gray. Kind of like this blouse. You know, this blouse is also from Hermes. And I was like, I love that scarf. And like, okay, we only have an hour and a half to connect. Let's go to Malta, have a good time, and let's change all the money that we brought. If we have some leftovers, and I will use that money to buy my scarf. And that's what I did. So while I was there, I was very conscious of how much I was spending, so I could have some money left over to buy a scarf. And I came back and the scarf was still available. I loved it. It had this beautiful equestrian pattern, very classic Hermes, and it has some touches of blue and some touches of like yellow, but mostly brown and gold. So yeah, I had that scarf. I probably wore it like twice. I remember once I wore it with a white dress, and it was perfect. I took a picture of it. And then the last time I wore it, the year was 1. It was a couple of days before her birthday. I went to the mall in New Jersey, and I think that's actually when I picked up my blue agate Van Cleef & Arpels bracelet before it became available to the general public. It was under like select preview. I actually went there to go get these earrings that were not available. Instead, those were available. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I will get this. I ended up getting these earrings 2 years later. But yeah, and I wore that scarf. I have a picture here of that outfit. I took my Chanel bag and I put that scarf, I wrapped the scarf around like, you know, the handle, and it was good. It was gravy. I went to the mall with my little girl, and on our way back in the Uber, she was crying. She was just not having it. She was upset. You know how babies cry on, and you're just kind of like not sure what's going on. And we eventually got to our townhome in Jersey, and I got out of the Uber, and I just remember being so frazzled, getting like the car seat, the stroller, everything. And I went home, and I was like, okay. A couple of days later, I'm like cleaning up. I'm like, where's my scarf? Never found it. I think I left it in the Uber. I remember the guy who was having a conversation with me. He's the type of person that I feel like if he saw a scarf, an item that I left behind there, he would definitely take it. He was just, I just remember that about him. Like, when I realized I lost a scarf, I'm like, yeah, that guy probably has taken it and given it to his girlfriend or his sister or wife or mom or whatever, or sold it. I don't know. I think I even reached out and said, hey, did you see this item? And of course he denied it. He said he didn't really see it. And at that point, it almost been like a week. So like, yeah, so that really hurt. That really hurt, and it took me a while to like get around it. That was in 2021, and then in 2023, 2 years later, I saw a similar scarf online, and then I sent my social associate a link, then she sent it to me. But it took me 2 years to fill that void because I just felt sick to my stomach. Think of the fact that I lost that scarf. But you know what? Things come and things go. With everything that gets lost, I learn a lesson. It hurts, you know, people, it hurts basically. So, and let's go to 2024. I had a pair of sunglasses, Versace sunglasses, that I bought off Rue La La. Now, brand sunglasses are probably worth about $400. I got them at Rue La La for like $120. And we were in Cancun, and I had them on. And I remember we went to go swim with dolphins, and then after that, you know, you have the mommy bag. I had this huge little diaper bag that I called the mommy bag, and I had 2 little kids, you know, my husband, and we had water, we had a whole lot of things, and we're at the back, and I had these braids, and I remember the sunglasses always falling off my braids and blah blah blah. Long story short, we're packing up to leave Cancun, and I couldn't find my sunglasses, and I had a feeling that it fell on the bus. Of course, black Versace sunglasses, so somebody snagged it. And that was sad, but the good thing is that I had a Rue La La credit for something that I had returned, so I missed that sunglasses so much that I bought a replacement like 2 months later. And the replacement I actually enjoy more, and I use that more. I use it more. So yeah, but I still have to package it. Like right now I have 2 Versace sunglasses packages just hanging around because the one that's missing was there. And I'm not sure what to do with the other sunglass case. So that's that. Now the most recent one, which is so painful, is a pair of Chanel earrings in the Hamptons. And I love them, I love them, I love them. They're, you know, droopy, CC with the diamond studs, crystal studs. Love them, wore them once. Like most of these items, I just wore them once. Wore it once. I went out for anniversary dinner date with hubby, and I had on this long ponytail. And I remember taking the earrings off and putting it in my Birkin. And I sat in the car with it for hubby because we went out to another bar after we had dinner. And the next day I was packing, I couldn't find it. I don't know if I left it at the bar. I don't know if it fell from my Birkin into the car. And I've checked the car 100 ways from Saturday. I checked the parking lot. I checked the chair. I was sitting in the hotel lobby. Like, I asked the girl who was sitting in the front desk, please, did anybody see this? No, nothing. That hurts. Now, I have lost items that eventually turn up. So I'm hoping that one of these items, apart from the one that was in the bus, you know, and the one that was in the bar, the ones that are somewhat local, like within my possession, I don't know, I'm hoping that they show up. Little product card holder, which I use as my wallet now, I lost it for a full year. It had my ID, it had my credit cards, it had a whole bunch of stuff. I had to get a new replacement for all the items, but no one used my card. So I'm like, I know it's somewhere within my possession, blah, blah, blah. It was inside the pocket of an old jacket that I found it a year and a half later. So I'm just hopeful that one of these days I will find any of these items hiding in an old diaper bag, under the bed, in a laundry bag. I don't know, I don't care. I just hope I'm able to find it, because it's ridiculous to lose any of these luxury items. But it happens to us, and at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. You know, money's fungible. I thank God that I'm in a position where I'm able to work hard and replace some of these items and just keep it moving. It's not like it's damaging my health or anything, so it's not that steep. But I just thought I'll come here and share that with you guys, because we see the glory, we see the unboxings, we see the trips, we see the reviews, we see the what's in my bags. But I know we've all lost an item here or there, and I just thought we should talk about it. I just thought it would be nice, you know, something that's new, something that's different in the luxury community. So all those that I tagged, Peyton, Sophie Show Hat, Cassie, Chikema Style, and Jerusha, please, 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 I hope you guys honor this tag and do a video showing what luxury items that you have lost in the past couple of years. Let's kumbaya about our losses and then move on. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Annette A. Also, let me know any luxury items that you've lost. So leave it in the description box below so we can share and commiserate together. I'll catch you guys later, guys. Bye.